security for all states is being undermined. New and emerging technologies are being weaponized at breakneck speed. Warfare is being fundamentally transformed due to these disruptive technologies. Yesterday's science fiction is becoming today's reality. Frontiers are being constantly pushed in the outer space, cyberspace, and in the domain of artificial intelligence. Disinformation and fake news is being spread as tools of statecraft. Terrorism in Pakistan has been actively sponsored, aided, and abetted from across our borders. The introduction of destabilizing weapon systems in our region, coupled with offensive doctrines and a growing propensity of military misadventurism, is accentuating challenges to strategic stability. Ladies and gentlemen, despite all these developments around us, marked by turbulence and volatility, Pakistani leadership's vision of Naya Pakistan is focused around economic security for the well-being and welfare of our people. While fully resolved to protect our vital national security interests, our emphasis is shifting from geopolitics to geoeconomics. Pakistan's location makes it a natural hub for economic confluence for competing states. Rather than partake in geopolitical competition and rivalries, Pakistan is advocating coexistence and win-win cooperation. Pakistan has decided not to be a part of any regional conflict and has consciously chosen to be only a partner for peace and development. Just recently, we hosted the navies from 45 countries in a multinational naval exercise with members of NATO, to Russia and China among its participants. Ladies and gentlemen, specifically, Pakistan is calling for inclusive and cooperative approaches based on enhanced economic partnerships. We are positioning Pakistan as an economic hub and melting pot for positive global interests. Centered on economic security, our focus is on three pillars of connectivity, providing economic basis as development strategy, and peace within our borders and beyond. To leverage the economic potential of the country, multiple variants of diplomacy are being actively employed by the Foreign Ministry, including economic diplomacy, public diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and science diplomacy. New avenues are being explored beyond our traditional partnerships, expanding to Africa through the Engage Africa initiative. Economic outreach to ASEAN and the European Union is being qualitatively upgraded. The transformational China-Pakistan economic corridor, a hallmark of Pakistan's all-weather strategic cooperative partnership with China, is the quintessential connectivity project. Besides contributing to Pakistan's economic turnaround, CPEC is poised to contribute to regional prosperity. Pakistan offers the shortest route to international seas to the western part of China and to the Central Asian republics through the Karachi and Gwadar ports. We envision Pakistan emerging as the gateway to landlocked Central Asia and Afghanistan. We will endeavor to reap peace dividends in Afghanistan in the form of enhanced connectivity with Central Asia. Pakistan has steadfastly supported an Afghan-led and Afghan-owned peace process. Our approach is defined by the conviction that there is no military solution to the conflict in Afghanistan. Pakistan's constructive engagement and positive contributions to the Afghan peace process facilitated the US-Taliban peace agreement and the commencement of intra-Afghan negotiations, a fact duly recognized by the international community. It is imperative for the Afghan parties to seize this historic opportunity and work together to secure an inclusive, broad-based and comprehensive political settlement. Pakistan will continue to support this noble goal as we go forward. Distinguished participants, in principle, Pakistan is also ready to consider East-West connectivity to help address challenges of poverty and underdevelopment in South Asia. But obviously, we need a willing partner that is ready to engage in good faith, that is prepared to eschew belligerence, and that is committed to meaningfully address the factors that have bedeviled peace and security in South Asia for decades. Durable peace, security, and development in the region hinge on peaceful resolution of the long-standing Jammu and Kashmir dispute. It is clear that India's illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August 2019 in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and the ensuing military siege and indiscriminate repression of Kashmiris caused incalculable damage to the prospects of peace. Our government had, at the outset in 2018, offered that if India took one step for peace, Pakistan will take two. But unfortunately, India chose to take several steps backwards. And the world saw the consequences. South Asia once again teetered on the brink. India must stop violations of human rights and fundamental freedoms in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, halt its illegal attempts to change the demographic structure in the occupied territory, and implement the UN Security Council resolutions which guarantee the Kashmiris' right to self-determination through a free, fair, impartial plebiscite under UN auspices. It must also rethink its policy of fomenting destabilization in Pakistan and embrace a progressive agenda that can benefit the entire region. Mutually agreed restraints on nuclear capabilities and conventional forces remain indispensable for strategic stability in South Asia. In essence, the onus is on India to create an enabling environment. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan's vision of peace, development, and connectivity offers an entirely new paradigm. Our outlook and trajectory are fundamentally transformed. The international community, particularly the Western world, needs to update their perceptions and their outlooks. Enhanced trade, investment, energy security, tourism, and people-to-people exchanges are our higher priorities. Our primary interest is in sustaining a peaceful, stable, and prosperous world order that takes everyone on board and leaves no one behind. We call for shedding zero-sum perspectives and for preferring cooperation over confrontation. Pakistan will remain committed to peaceful coexistence, cooperative multilateralism, and win-win outcomes. We will always support a rules-based and inclusive global order for advancing the shared objectives of peace, progress, and prosperity. I thank you.
वज़ीर ख़ारिजा शाह महमूद कुरैशी इस्लामाबाद में मौजूद, जहाँ नेशनल सिक्योरिटी डायलॉग हो रहे हैं। इसी में वज़ीर ख़ारिजा इजहार ख्याल कर रहे थे। कहना उनका यह है कि गुज़श्ता कुछ बरसों में देखने में आया है कि आलमी और सियासी मैदान में बड़ी बड़ी तब्दीलियाँ आती दिखाई दे रही हैं। पाकिस्तान की अगर बात की जाए तो पाकिस्तान ये चाहता है कि उसके हमसाया ममालिक के अंदर ख़ास तौर पर अफ़गानिस्तान में अमन आए और इसके लिए वो बैनुल अफ़गान मुज़ाकरात का हामी है। साथ ही साथ जब पाकिस्तान की बात हो रही है तो वज़ीर ख़ारिजा शाह महमूद कुरैशी ने यह भी कहा कि पाकिस्तान ये चाहता है कि मकबूजा कश्मीर के अंदर जो जुल्म बर्बरियत की जा रही है मकबूजा कश्मीर की जानिब से, उसको जल्द अज जल्द ख़त्म किया जा सके। अब क्या क्या चैलेंजेस दरपेश हैं आलमी बरादरी को